गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। Okay, we're gonna sing from 31 to 40.
Okay.
Chapter 2, 31 to 40. Sean, can you run get the Gita? Anybody missing Gita?
Yeah,
and Karthikeyan. Okay.
Let me read. Why did we touch that?
Okay. Chapter 2, Shlok 31 to 40. Guys, chapter 2, Shlok 31 to 40.
Which page?
Got it? Page number 94. Alia, page number 94, buddy.
Oh, God.
31, start. Krishna, you on the page?
Just start. You can remember from the page.
Are we started?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here.
Krish, you're too late. Come on. Okay, ready? Swadharmapi vichaveksha navikampitumārhasi dhamyati yuddhyascheva yatashriyasya na vidyate yadrachaya chopannam स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतं सुखिनाश्य स्त्रिया पार्थ लभन्ते युध्यमीदृशम्. Guys, unmute me. अथ चैवमिमं धर्मं सङ्ग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः सर्वधर्मकीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमानुवाप्स्यसि अकीर्ति चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययम् सम्भवा वित्तस्य च कीर्तिर्मरणादतिर्यज्यते भयात् कृतणातु परत्मस्तः यन्ते त्वां महारथा. Louder, Raja. स्यान्त च त्वां बहुमातो भूत्वा यास्यस्य लभ्यमम् अवाच्य वादाश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तव हितः निन्दस्तस्तमसमर्थम् ततो दुःखतरन्नु किम् हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चय सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभो जया जयो ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पाप्मानवास्यसि एषा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये बुद्धियोगे त्वमाशृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रयास्यसि नेहा कर्मनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते सपल्मस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Okay. So, again, to start with, this is the second chapter of Gita that we are studying. So far we talk about what are we, and now Krishna Bhagavan is taking us to Karma Yoga, right? So we already discussed what are we, now we went to the Jnana Yoga, right? That what are we is Jnana Yoga. Now we are going through Karma Yoga. So last week we talked about, where did he start? He started from Shlok 39. The Karma Yoga start from 39. So we did 39 and 40 last week, which, can you guys see, or should I move this little bit? Can you guys see? You see? Hey guys, you want pen? Okay. Can you turn on the pen?
Wearing winter clothing.
Second from the left.
Second from the left. Right. And light also chala diyo, to put the lights on. Good, thank you.
It's all good.
Okay, so last 39 shlok, when he came to that, he said, okay, you guys got to know everything about what are you. Now let's talk about Karma Yoga. And from 31 to 38, he actually talked about what should be done and what should not be done. He was talking to Krishna, right? What is your swadharma? Swadharma was what? Your duties. Yes. Thank you, Nishi. So, swadharma, your duty. So, he talks about what duty you should be doing. Like, it's not that you leave everything and go away, right? He's not talking about that. He's talking about how in this body and mind you stay and you do your duty. And what kind of duty you should be doing and what you should not be doing, he's going to explain us. So, when, God gave us body and mind, he actually made a manual with it. How manufacturer brings the manual. If you get a toy, there is a way how the toy works, right? When you have to when you have to make the Lego, what do? You read everything before you start making it, right? What is it? If you have to construct any toy, you read the manual, right? So God sent all human beings with a manual, and manual is what? Bhagavad Gita. He says it has everything in it. Now whatever you want to take it. So he gives us what karma, what duty we have, what we should be doing and what we should not be doing. So he's going to explain a little bit about that. But before we move on to that, last time we talked about 3 different level of reality. You guys remember? What were the 3 level of reality that we talked about?
Absolute.
Absolute, relative and illusionary, right? I will just put the... So, when there are 3 different kind of reality, what is absolute, which is Brahman, right? Everything is Brahman. It is built with Brahman. If we have Brahman inside us, the world is there. If we don't have it inside us, the world is not there, right? There is no world if the Brahman is not there. So we get to know that Brahman is everything, and that's what we realize, that every single thing is Brahman, and we act like that. That's an absolute reality. There is nothing unreal in absolute. It's straightforward absolute. Now then it's relative. Relative reality was what? Brahman plus body plus mind plus intellect. So that is what we are right now, right? We live the life with the body, mind and intellect. So this is what we are. So that's a relative. Right? So in the relative world, there is a God also who made everybody, right? So we worship that ultimate God who is there, who made us. So in relative sense, there is a God. In absolute sense, everything is Brahman. There is no separate entity other than Brahman, right? So everything, we are Brahman, everything is Brahman. In relative, there is us and there is another person who made us, right? So there is a God in there and there is us. So relative has God and us both. And then illusionary is, that it's a dream world. There is nothing that we know about, right? It doesn't continue. So when we go from one level to another, we go to the higher level, right? So when we go illusionary is we saw a dream, we woke up, we forgot about it, or we cannot live it again, right? It's gone. So that is a lowest reality. It doesn't stay longer. It just goes away, right? Then relative reality is what? This life, right? So when this life is over, do we remember? Can we continue this life to the next life? No, right? It overs it. It goes round here and it ends up here. Now, so it is also not continuation, right? It goes, it dies off, we go to the next body, we live the next life. And then the absolute come, which there is no further, no further higher level than absolute. We stay in absolute all the time, right? So that was the three things we talked about last time. And when we talk about like, why do we do God worship, right? That was the question. That's what we were answering by this example. That why we do worship in God? Because we are in relative level, right? Till we don't realize, till we don't get enlightened, we will stay in relative level. Where there is somebody, there is a superpower who made this world. You guys got that point, right? So when we talk about, hey, when I was saying that we need to worship God and thank God for everything that we do. Worship means, showing appreciation to God, right? So when we said, hey, do 5 minutes, something every day, to what you do? To just saying, hey, I appreciate you, God, that you did give me such a beautiful life. I have food to eat, I have clothes to wear, I have such a beautiful life. Thank you, God. So that 5 minutes every day, when I was saying for you guys to do something, was that, hey, thank you, God, to thank God, right? So now my question is, did you guys were able to do it this week?
Yes.
Every day for 5 minutes?
Not every day.
Yeah, did you do your meditation?
Not every day.
Even if you do just a little gesture of when you lay down at bed at night and you say, thank you, God, for today, or thank you, God, for giving me such a wonderful life. Even if you do, that's good enough. You don't have to sit down and do meditation or do some kind of, a worship or anything, right? Yes.
So, I did 2 different things.
Uh-huh.
First, me and Avi sang the Gita, like the sloks of it.
Uh-huh.
And with Anya, we did meditation underwater.
That's good. How were you able to do it?
What?
Oh, we did
In the pool. Okay.
We're like at the pool party.
Okay. Were you saying something? Yes.
I didn't do that.
Cynthia, Avi did meditation,
Uh-huh.
and then I think she did it too. Yeah, but I have something else.
Yeah, what did you?
After
Stop talking, Sean.
Shh, Krish.
After
Listen, guys.
Sean, stop
Listen.
talking.
I take a bath, like I go to our small mandir, and then I tell God how thankful I am, and then after that, there's this thing, I don't know how to explain.
Temple?
No,
Common?
it's like a pot kind
Uh-huh.
of, like
The mall, I think?
no, like
Where you go like that from beat to beat.
it's like
It's a pot. It's
Oh, do you put water on the gods?
a pot. You take water in the pot and
I
then
go in my balcony and then I
give it to sun god.
yeah.
The water to sun god. Yeah, that's awesome. Every day you do it.
I try to do it.
Do it? Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful. You're thanking God, sun god. So this is a very good, karma thing that you can do. Guys, Krishu, and I will separate you now, Krishu.
I'm not done. I'm just watching.
You keep on taking my bookmark out.
No, I'm not.
What's wrong with you?
Sean's like, discussing the 18th chapter, you already know.
Right. Okay. So even sun gave us everything. Like light comes from sun, and everything else, the vegetation, all our life is because of sun. So giving thank you to sun god, it's really good practice. Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, if the sun is the sun god, there are multiple suns in the universe. So does that mean there are multiple suns?
Yes.
There are.
The sun is divided his power. Solar system.
You know your answer by yourself, Krish. Okay. Who else want to talk about? Yes.
The sun
is the sun in our solar system specifically. We named it because it's our
We named it because it's
Okay.
the closest star to us.
Okay, do anybody wants to share any practice that they did for this week? Huh? Anybody from? Yes, Alia, come on.
We would
Listen here, guys. Krish,
I didn't do it.
No, I
I didn't do it.
okay, who I need to separate here?
Then Sean.
Sean, come here, sit here. Sean, come here. Sean, stand up. Stand up.
Started laughing behind me.
Really, I'm gonna really separate you. Next time I hear you, you're gonna be sitting here. Okay. Yeah, Alia, boo.
So we will learn new sloks some days.
Yes, I heard you. That's awesome. That new sloks every day from Gita, right? Okay. Anybody else here on Zoom call? Yes. Reha, are you telling me to say something? Are you telling something?
Oh no, I just did the kind of same thing as normal, which is just like
Oh, okay.
maybe the prayers and like all the shit.
Okay, good. So guys, that's what it's appreciation of God is very necessary, because again, I would point again and again to you, because we are in relative world right now. Until we don't go to there, then we will talk something else. But right now, appreciate that person who gave us everything that we I don't know if we deserve it or not, but we have it, right? Yes, Sunny. You did the same thing? Yeah. The main thing is bring the discipline into it, right? If you're doing, do it every day, right? So we talked about this little last week, and then we get to slok number 39, and where Krishna Bhagavan says that that you know what, this 30, 39 and 40, what he mentioned is this karma that you're going to be doing. He actually differentiate between what is karma yoga and what is karma, plain karma. Plain karma is our worldly activities that we do, right? And then he differentiate with karma yoga. If it is with the yoga, then it becomes karma yoga, which is different than karma. We actually talked about it last time, but I will revise again in the future sloks. So now let's go to slok number. So one quick thing that he said, when we do karma yoga, it's never wasted, right? We don't lose it. Even if we do a little one, like if we do a karma yoga, just a little, right? Spiritualization of our work is karma yoga. Like spiritualization of all the karma that we do. Karma means work. Any work that we do, we spiritualize it, it becomes karma yoga. So when we do that kind of work, it's never, what happens is never get lost, even if you do little. But in worldly karma, what happens? If you do little, do we get results? We don't get results. If you do half the homework, do you get 100 points?
You only do half the work at your job.
Depends on your teacher. Like if
Right. If you are going to work and boss give you the whole project to do, and you do just half the work, do you get the results? You
You
don't.
get negative
Results, right? Yeah. So think about it. That's the difference between your worldly action and your karma yoga. Worldly action, when you do half or little bit, you ultimately don't get the complete result. You might get a little result, right? You will never get. But in karma yoga, even if you do just a little thing, you still get the results out of it. You still move on, you exceed on your spiritual level, right? So that's what was in slok 40. Now we're gonna start with 41. Ready? Neil. 41. Guys, we are at slok number 41. Yes, Saisha. Hold on, guys.
What do the abbreviations on the whiteboard stand for?
Absolute, relative, and illusion. Okay, you ready? 41. Right? You ready? 41, guys. Anybody has any question before we start? Everybody got the page number?
No, 4.
What is the page number?
104.
104, page number 104. You ready, Neil? Come on.
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर
Vyavasayatmika buddhir
एकेहा कुरु नंदना
ekeha kuru nandana
बाहु सखा ह्यनंतश्च
bahushakahyanantascha
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनां
buddhayo vyavasayinam. Together. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kuru nandana bahushakahyanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Okay. So here Krishna Bhagavan started making a case for Karma Yoga. Because he talked about Jnana Yoga so much, now he has to introduce Karma Yoga, but he did a really well job on talking about karma. Now he is putting a case in front of Arjuna saying why Karma Yoga is important. Why do we do that? Right? So when Krishna Bhagavan is making Karma Yoga, like the practice that he's going to be introducing to Arjuna, we already have an idea, right? We know what practice he's introducing. He's going to talk about what? Spiritualizing your work, all your karma. So Karma Yoga is, oh man, did it? Spiritualizing your karma, right? So now what happens is, if we talk about instead of putting the primary focus on your needs, what do? We are putting the primary focus on
God.
not the, yes, we are putting primary focus on that we are doing in service of God, right? Now any work that we're going to be doing, hey, I'm going to do this work because I need money. I'm going to go to work because I need money. Or I'm going to study really, really hard because I'm going to become somebody and who's going to earn a lot of money, right? So what is that? That's all desires that you are going to achieve. Not dream, it's a desire that you are going to be going towards it, right? Because it's a desire that you want to earn a lot of money. What are you going to say? Oh, I'm going to study so hard that I become such a big person and then I will, gain so much money. So what are you doing? Every single work that you're doing towards that goal, what is it about? You getting money, right? Ultimate goal, what have you put? Like, oh, I'm going to get. Or people will think, oh, my parents will really proud of me if I become such a good person. So you again thinking about a desire that you need, right? On reverse, instead of it, if you put it as, you are doing this to service God, then the karma becomes, the action becomes Karma Yoga, right? Now here is the thing, remember that thing. You're going to be, there will be desire that you're going to say, oh my God, I need to do that. And if somebody will say, oh, you know what, I don't believe in God. I don't know what God is. I don't have faith in God. That's okay. You still can practice Karma Yoga. That's the biggest thing, right? How can you practice Karma Yoga when there is no God? Who are you going to service to?
yourself.
Humanity. Alright? You're going to do it for others' welfare. Right? You can put all the karma, just not for your desire, for your selfishness. What can you do? I'm going to do it for others. Right? The community. that's still why, you know, your parents are happy and you making yourself happy by doing it. But if you make a random person happy by doing something for them, where are you connected in? You are, but you are not connected to that person, right? So you are doing for him random thing, right? So anyway, right? Are you gaining anything out of it? Here you are getting praised by your parents, right? You are getting praise in return, right? Yes.
So you should just look. So you shouldn't do work to get a result.
Yes, that's true. You should not think about the results. Because you know what happened is, think about where Krishna Bhagavan is telling this. Krishna Bhagavan is telling it to Arjun, saying that Arjun, because Arjun was doing it for his own results, right? What he was wanted to do, I want to fight, I want to take revenge, I want to get my kingdom back. It was all I want to do that. Now, Krishna Bhagavan is saying, instead of that, what you think? Think about that you are doing to serve the God. You are putting this whole fight and you are taking these bad people out of the world is to serve God. If you took it that way, then what happened? Do they get the result? Did Arjun get the results? No. He did. He did. He won the battle. He got the kingdom. He got all the results. But was it for result orientation? Was it result oriented the whole fight?
No.
It was not. What was it about? The service, right? So what Sanay said, should we not think about the result? He is right. We should not think about the result. We should just do the karma and think about what are we doing, and are we doing it for ourselves, or are we doing for serving somebody else, or are we serving God?
But what if you like need money? Like
You would. In any spirituality,
You get side.
You can still do a job without thinking about the fruits of action. Like, yeah, you get the fruits of the action in the end, but you don't have to think about it. Well, stop! Poking me with the pencil.
Chris, Sean,
You
seriously.
said one more offense and you go.
Sean, seriously, I really am mad at you now.
Yeah. So what I was saying was.
So Sanay, what happens is, like, let me explain it to him. So when you get a money, if you ask for the money, you will get money. But here is the catch, right? If you ask for money, God will give you money. Oh, God give me money. I'm doing so much help, for, so much worship to you. God give me money. God will give you money. But would you, then the desire will go to the next level, right? You would need something else. You will ask God something else. You will need something else. But the ultimate happiness that you are looking for, you will never find it. Because you're going to keep moving to the next desire, right? But if you say that, hey, God, I'm doing this job to serve you, right? And you get money, right? So ultimately, Arjun got everything what he wanted. Did he not get it? He got it. But what happened is in it? He got ultimate happiness too, because he was not doing for his selfish reason. So when you earn money, if you don't do it for your selfish reason that, oh my God, you know what? Even though the world is suffering, but I should have a palace. I will live in a palace. I should have a very beautiful house, even though all my people in this world are suffering, and I need a best house in the world. Is that good? No. Right? Is that good to have that beautiful house? Would you be able to sleep every night looking at where every morning when you go out of the road you see people suffering, but you are coming home in this big palace and enjoying? Would you enjoy? Would you get ultimate happiness? No.
That was like China with COVID.
what?
They let it spread. For
Yeah,
money.
China made COVID.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
No, they actually
That's a very
They actually didn't. Search it up, guys. Search it up.
You search it up.
They didn't.
They didn't.
No, you didn't like the science Chinese.
No. They didn't do that. You believe
Okay.
Kanakwa,
Yeah, Raja.
after karma yoga, what's the first word?
Let me write it nicely.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen in the future. The goal wasn't to make money.
They made the virus.
Yeah, I know. They didn't make the money.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, but the goal wasn't to make every single
Yeah,
all other countries' stock go straight down.
Spiritualization, or what was it? Spiritualization. Z-A-T-I-O-N. What did I say? Spiritualization of your karma, or
Spiritualizing.
spiritualizing?
Yep, and that's it. Spiritualizing.
This is spiritualizing your karma.
Meditate underwater. That's the real
That's a real good. Okay. Okay, let's move on. So when we do that, so what happens is, so first thing is, we don't do it for our selfish desire, right? That's the karma. Second thing is, we don't also think about fruit of the actions, what you say. So those two things define the karma yoga. One is, how do you spiritualize your action, that we're going to learn next. But right now, just definition of karma yoga is first that we are not thinking about our own selfish desire. We are not, it doesn't get motivated with your self-desire. And the second thing is, we are not looking at the fruit of our actions. So if those two we do it, then it is karma yoga, right? So what happens that intellectually we understand what is karma yoga, right? Do you guys understand all intellectually what is karma yoga? It's easy, right? We know that, okay, we are serving to God, all our karma serves to God, and we are not thinking about fruit of actions. But how do you do it? How do you spiritualize it? That is given in the verse 41 that we just read. So now it says Vyavasatmika Buddhi. What does that mean? It says 1.1. It says one pointed clarity.
That's close.
Right? Very close.
Doesn't Buddhi mean like knowledge?
Buddhi, yes.
What
Yeah,
I meant that.
after spiritualizing
your
Karma.
your
Goes around, comes around. Just like COVID. Just like COVID. What?
now you get it?
yeah.
Okay, awesome. So thing is, one pointed determination. What do you need to do karma yoga? You need what? One pointed determination of your goal, right? So what is one point? In this, Krishna Bhagavan talk about spirituality, but in our real sense, we can also talk about your own goals, what you have. So one pointed determination should be there. Now what happens is, when we ask about the goal, right now we say, oh, I like that TV actresses. I want to look like her, clothes like her, or hair like her, or oh my God, this YouTuber is so good about making these videos. I want to make videos like that. I want to be like that, right? Or it could be, this sportsman is so good. He plays like this. I want to play like that, right? So there is a lot of things that you will come in your goal, right? There is so many things you want to be. Oh my God, I want to be, artist. I want to be doing a good paintings, right? So there are so many things that pull us, right? Now,
I want to be a doctor.
yeah, so there should be so many different things, right? Now here is one thing what you have to think about it. Vivekananda Swami says you have to have a high goal. You have to have a high goal. Listen to this. This is very important for you guys to understand what goal you should have in life. You have to have a high goal. Your own highest goal should be the one-pointed focus. So your own highest goal. Now think about, there are 3 letters in this. Your own, right? So it should not be heard from somebody. Oh, I read that this is good, so I will do that good. It should not be like that, right? It should not be that I read in a newspaper, or this guy is this is so good, I will become like him. It should not be somebody else's goal. It should be your own, right? So first word is own. Highest. How do you understand your highest goal? Because there are so many goals, right? You know, my goal is right now, I just want to clear my 9th grade or get a good grades, right? That's my goal, right? Or that's my goal right now, right? So there are plenty goal. What is my highest goal? That's what you need to think about it. So your own, first of all, it should be yours. Highest means the noblest. Highest goal should be always either to serve somebody else, which is in welfare of others. So all of your goals, spread it out and pick which one is to serve others, which is the noblest goal that should be on the top, right? So your your own highest goal. That's what should be one pointedness, determination for that goal. You should have one pointed determination. Now, you will say, what is one pointed determination? Means that has to be on the top. All the other goals can either you have to let them go, or you have to balance them inside it, but on the lower level, not on the higher level. Every work that you think, is it taking me to this highest goal? And highest goal should be what? Highest goal should be the noblest goal. The noblest goal, to serve others, right? My goal is to become a doctor. Is that the highest goal?
No. You can serve people as a doctor.
Yeah, but is that a highest goal? No. It is somewhere here. But what are you going to become after, whatever you're going to do after becoming doctor, that has to be highest goal. Whatever you're going to do, and it is supposed to be what? Helping others. So remember that. It cannot lose the focus on serving others. Yes.
What's an example of a highest goal?
Like, as anything that you saying, oh, I'm going to serve that many people when I grow up. Or,
Someone in the army.
or this is in Gita, it's talk about spirituality, that I'm going to get enlightened. That's my highest goal. That's my noblest goal, right? If that's not where you want to reach, there should be a goal that, hey, I'm going to serve people at that goal, right? So whatever you're going to fix right now, the highest goal should be one pointed determination, right? So God says here that, look at the highest goal. Goal in the life could be anything, but as a spiritual seeker, you would think my highest goal would be enlightenment, or I get nirvana, which is the Buddhist term, but that's what we look for. Now, everybody looks for, the highest goal is everybody look for happiness. And we, in couple classes before, we talk about happiness a lot. How do a person get everlasting happiness? Yes.
Oh, sorry.
That is, but how do you, a normal with a body, mind and intellect, how does they get happiness? Yes.
You stop emotions.
You remember couple classes before?
If
If
you stop emotions,
Hi, guys.
then you're something happy.
Don't be anything.
But the question is everlasting happiness.
everlasting happiness, what was it?
You help people.
What was it?
Others. You do the them things.
Oh yeah. That's what gives
What
you
is
energy.
that?
You
Wait, I have a life.
meaningful life.
Until you get the meaningful life, you don't get everlasting happiness, right? Meaningful life, M, right? You remember that. So it was very easy to figure that out. How do you get happiness? So your goal has to be connected with what? Meaningful life if you're looking for happiness, right? So if not spirituality, if not enlightenment, what are you looking for? Meaningful life. Yes. Yes, sir.
You said to stop feeling. You said to stop feeling. But you didn't get that. You said not to be not to seek pleasure. But that's how you get happiness.
Happiness. You're right.
I think someone's trying to say like control your happy, don't get too excited.
Oh yeah,
And
and
don't
you're
get sad.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't
Like,
give
have a
over.
balance.
Don't grieve over.
One's
Yeah,
mental,
living
one's
or dead.
living or dead. Or
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, yeah. You got it.
Big brain.
Okay, so when the decision making of your goal comes into picture, make sure you keep this in mind all the time. Is it giving a meaningful life to you? If there is a goal, and then on top of it, what you have to do karma yoga, you have to have one pointed clarity and determination for that goal. It cannot be divided. Oh, I might do it, that will not work. Oh, I might gonna, after I become this, I might think about doing something else. That's not gonna happen. You have to start right now with that one big highest goal. Got it? Okay. So then we talk about another thing, yeah. So he mentioned about Bahushakha. Bahushakha means mind, our thought has many, our desires have many, Shakha means many levels. Like desires are of many kinds. It's not one kind. So think about this thing, right? When lies are of many kind, right? But the truth is one, right? For me, I don't have any pen, right? I can lie many different ways. Oh, I lost it. None of them are working. Oh, you know what? They're all broken. They were working once upon a time, but suddenly I realized yesterday nobody. So there were so many kind of lie. But the truth is only one, that I have pen. There is no other truth, right? So lies are of many kind. Truth is one kind only, right? The desires are many kind. Giving up desire is only one kind. There is no other behavior or nature you need to give up the desire. But desire are so many kind, right? I need good food. I need good clothes. I need good friends. I want to spend time with friends. I want to watch movie. There are many kind of desires. But giving up desire is always one, right? Like there are many ways to fall down. But to stand straight, there is only one way. Right? So remember that.
Just stand
Stand
straight.
straight.
You can stand up in different ways.
Yeah, but what's your straight?
Like a shitty person.
You can fall in different ways.
You can fall like
You can fall in many different ways. Right? Yeah.
360 degrees. There's 360 ways to fall.
Yes. But you have only one way to stand straight. The same way, you have only one way to give up the desire. And so all these things get to peace. Right? Everything, when you give up the desire, everything get down to the peace. And peace gives you one, like if there are so many things going in the brain, right? So many desires are going here and there, and it's all in your brain. The thoughts are coming and going. Until you don't make the peace, one-pointed determination doesn't come. So to get one-pointed determination, what do you need? Peace. Right? For peace, you have to cut down all those desires that are going every single place around you.
You have to cut off friends?
No, there is no, again,
Did you say
all
desire to have friends?
no, I said that you have to have desire, but you have to have friends to be living this bodily life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So think about this. Again, I will go back and say that, if you have one goal, right, one pointed determination, what do you think is, okay, I'm going to spend time with my friends, but I'm going to not think about the goal and keep spending time with my friends. Would it give you anything to achieve that goal? Right? So everything you need to eat food, you need to have friends, you need to have house, everything needed. But anything extra that hurting your one goal, would you do that?
No.
Right? So think about it. Nothing is, spirituality never said that you should not eat food. Spirituality never says that you should not have fun, you should not have friends. It's never that. You should not earn money. It doesn't say that. But what it says that you should not greed about it. You should not think about, oh, I need to get this, and I need to spend all my time partying. That's not what it is saying, right? So you have to focus on your highest goal. That's what it comes up with, right? So now let's go to, I just want to tell you one more thing. Like, when we talk about Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, always we come back to saying, we actually have a good explanation that what happens when Jnana Yoga comes and what happens when Karma Yoga comes, right? There is very few people who go directly to Jnana Yoga, right? Jnana Yoga was what? Knowledge. Knowledge about what are we, right? And then realizing that, right? Very few people directly go there. A lot of people go through doing Karma Yoga, which is you remember the metrics that I gave you? Karma Yoga is needed for what? Purity of mind, right? You have impure mind, you need purity. So you need Karma Yoga to get purified mind, right? Then you do meditation to get what? Concentration, focus. So when you need one appointed determination, what do you need? Meditation also, right? And then you do Jnana Yoga, which was knowledge. Yeah, then you do what? You actually go through the information about knowledge, the ignorance. Information about us, right? So that's how we go. Now, what happens is we do everyday work. Here he mentioned about Vyavasatmika Buddhi. We talk about that. Now, God says that, okay, what happened when we don't have one pointed clarity? What happened? So he gives all these next 3 shloks talking about what happened when we don't have this clarity on our goal, right? So we're going to read all 3 shloks together. The 42nd, 43rd and 44th. Most of the Gita, when you read it, it's all together always, most of the time, if you look at it, right? So we're going to read 3 shloks, 42nd, 43rd and 44th together. You okay? Okay. So we're gonna read 42nd, then read together, then 43rd, then read together, and then 44th. You guys got the page? Okay. Alia, you have the page?
What page is it?
105, Raja. Okay, you ready, Neil? Okay, come on.
Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti yava
Pravadantya
Vedavadarata
partha Nanyastasthitivadina. Together. Vaminam purushpratavacha pavadantya vipaschita Vedavadarata partha Nanyastasthitivadina.
Kamatmana swarga para
Kamatmana swargapara
Janma karma phala pradam
Janma karma phala pradam
Kriya vishesha bahulam
Kriya vishesha bahulam
Bhogaishvarya gatim prati
Bhogeshwarya gatim prati Kamatmanam sarvagapara Janma phalam pradam Kriya vishesha bahula Bhogeshwarya gatim prati.
Bhogeshvarya prasantanam
Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam
Taya partha chetasam
Taya prahta chetasam
Vyavasayatmika buddhi
Vyavasayatmika buddhi
Samadhona vidiyate
Samadhona vidiyate Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam Taya patychetasam Vyavasatyatmika buddhi Samadhona vidiyate. Okay.
Wait a second.
So, in this, what happens is, I'm just going to give you a quick overview and then we will take it next week. But, so what happens when you don't have this one focus, when you don't have this one pointed clarity? What happens? So, in 3 shlokas together, what he mentioned is that there, you remember in the first class we talked about Upanishad and Vedas and everything. There are 4 classification of Vedas. There were different kind of Vedas, and in Upanishad and Vedas there are 2 parts, basically more 2 parts. One is Jnana Kanda and one was Karma Kanda. You remember that? Do you anybody else remember?
It's from the very start.
Huh?
The very start.
Very start. The first, I think first class I put.
It was the Veda. And there's
Jnana
and Karma, and then there are 2 under it. And Upanishads came under, I think, Karma.
Okay. So what happens in Veda, there was 2 parts, Jnana Kanda and Karma Kanda. So what happens is when the Ved knowledge came, they actually did lot of spiritual practices. They put the religious practices, not spiritual but religious, like doing puja, doing havan, doing sacrifice, the fire sacrifice, all those words mentioned in Karma Kanda, right? In those days, what happened is regular people were doing big yagnas, right? Even like how we short formed it into puja. We do arti, we do, we study the hymns and we talk about it. That all comes from Karma Kanda. In those days, the regular person would do the havan and all those things, the agni hotra that you guys do. The regular people used to do that, right? And what happens is later on, slowly that came out of us because it's time consuming, a lot of practices that you have to follow. But all these were given to gain some kind of worldly desires. Like if somebody wants, what somebody wants, like I want money, I want good health, I want my kids to be very good, like good healthy kids, I want everybody to be nice. So they used to do these kind of karma kanda to get all those.
Like Lakshmi Puja, when we do it for like praying for money.
Money, yeah. So all those we used to do, that's mentioned in the Vedas for karma kanda, like give that thing. And then there was a Jnana Kanda section which Krishna Bhagavan is teaching us. So what are you and everything, all the Brahman theories and everything is mentioned in Jnana Kanda. Now you will say, Sonal auntie, on one side you said we don't do worship for the prosperity, for money and for, why is it mentioned in Vedas? Why are those things mentioned in Vedas? Yes?
Because doing worship for desire is at least better than doing no worship at all.
That's true. Worship something is no better than. I have another reason. That is true reason, but there is another one. What happens is when we were made as a human with the body, mind and intellect, already they knew that we will look for entertainment. We will look for pleasure, right? So rather than going and doing immoral pleasure, those learned people, wise people, put all these things in karma kanda and made sure that we do moral pleasure. So they put all these things in there and said, okay, if you cannot gain the knowledge of yourself, you do karma kanda so you can still get spiritual, you can still fulfill your desires, because they knew that we will not live without desire. It's very hard to live without desire, right? All of us cannot leave desire and just live. So they put karma kanda in there so that you can still do the desire. You remember in first class I said the person who read all the religion, he made a book, Houston Smith, and he said in Hindu religion you can get what you want because we have the resource to get anything what we want. We want money? Yeah, there is one puja. Do this puja, you will get money. Okay, you want I want to study good and I want to become, okay, then you worship Saraswati Devi and you get all the you can get good knowledge, right? So you can keep doing those things, and that is mentioned in our religion. But you know what? It is mentioned in every religion. It is mentioned in Christianity. There was one time it was that there was an indulge given that you did sin all your life. Then what happened is you go to this church, donate some money to this church, and they will write a letter for you saying that pass their sin because they donated so much money. So pass their sin, bypass their sin, and let them go to heaven. So it's given in every religion. It's not just our religion where it says if you do all these. So what happened that the people who were not graduated from karma kanda, you have to graduate from here to go to the Gyan world, right? So people who did not graduate from here keep going around here and here. Like they actually got the desire fulfilled, they went to the next desire. Then they died, then they come in life again and they went through the whole cycle of life and death, and keep going. Until they got, oh my God, I have done a lot, there is no other world except this world, then I need to go to the Gyan Kanda. That's how it was made. So when they wrote Vedas, they put karma kanda in it so that the regular person can achieve what they want to achieve. And then if they get satisfied with, no, this is not ultimate happiness, then they come to the Gyan Kanda. Yes?
Wait, so you, but don't you have to work to get like money and like knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just pray, right?
No, that's what it is. You cannot just pray and get it. You have to work towards it too. That's why sometimes, people say, oh, do this thing and you will get everything. That doesn't work. I'm just saying that it was given in there that if you do that, you can get help, right? If you are not making it something, you do these things and that will help you get those things. So it is mentioned in our own Vedas. All these things are mentioned. Now, when I'm talking to you, I'm saying this should not be done. Right? When I'm saying this should not be done, because we are actually going to this side of the book. Right? You got my point? So there is different ways to do it. So in this shlok, Krishna Bhagavan says, people flowerly talk about these Vedas. People will talk flowerly, think, oh, you do this, you will achieve this. You do this, you're going to go to heaven. Right? So, okay, I will go to heaven. Then what? What next? Okay, when your merit expires, you come back to earth. Then you again achieve all the merits, all the punyas that you achieve, and then you go to heaven, and then what? When the merit expires, what happens again? Come back to earth, right? So keep going here and here. That's what the karma kanda will keep doing it. When you come to Gyan Kanda, that's where the real liberation, real freedom, real happiness comes. And that's how it is. So I'm going to explain you this shlok, continue these 3 shloks next time. But this is the background to that shlok. Got it? Okay. So, any questions? No? Okay guys, let's close that. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsha Charunamardhanam Devaki Paramanam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri
Gurave Namah.
Thank you guys for coming.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to your moms, guys. Too. Bye. Good to have you. Good to have you guys. Bye.